We're back, SFA News Live. Now, you've been watching us throughout all of Javits Center, but what you might not be aware of is that we're on Facebook Live, we're on YouTube Live, and then also all these interviews are going to wind up on the SFA website. So if you missed anything, head back to SFA's website. You'll be able to find out what the thought leaders of this industry are really talking about. Ron Tanner's back with us. And Ron, one of the things that I know that it's near and dear to your heart, it comes at the end of the show. Not that the show is over, even though you've been working really hard. And this afternoon in the Incubator Village, I know you've got a huge program taking place that everybody should go to, because the Incubator Village, as we talked about yesterday, is going to be Incubator City next year. But City Harvest. Tell us about that program and why it's so important.
Yeah, one of the most exciting things at the show actually happens when the show is over. So at 4 o'clock today, we will have about 300 volunteers coming in with City Harvest. They come and they collect around 100,000 pounds of food. So our exhibitors are very generous. They know that there's a lot of needy people in New York City, and they donate their food for City Harvest to collect and get out to the people almost immediately.
And that's great. And when you really think about it, so many exhibitors want to be able to give back, if you would, to their communities, and it's tough. It's tough. And that way, what you've put together with City Harvest makes it so easy for all the exhibitors. And year after year, I know that exhibitors normally have to sign up for it beforehand, but I see when the volunteers are here, other exhibitors say, hey, we've got some stuff too. So I think it's important.
There's a real system which is in, and it's funny when you go down to where the City Harvest volunteers are, it's almost like the investment community has moved up here. So there'll be a team from Citibank or from Goldman Sachs. I don't know what teams will be here this year, but they come and they make it a big volunteer opportunity. They all get the green City Harvest t-shirts and they go out on the floor. The members sticker their products in advance, and they know that all of those can be taken. But as they do walk around the show floor, people see what they're doing. They see that they're doing great things, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, come over here. I've got 6 jars of salsa you can have, or I've got a case of pasta." So it goes really well, and they do such a good job of getting it out.
They do.
Here.
City Harvest is outstanding throughout the country. They really are. So tell us a little bit about what's going to happen this afternoon at Incubator Village as well.
Okay, in Incubator Village this afternoon, we're having a program where we want the incubators, their customers or their clients and others to really learn about what's going on with the incubators. So we're going to be starting, I'm going to give a brief presentation, but then Chobani has an incubator that has taken a lot of companies through, taken their cohorts through. So we're going to have 3 Chobani executives here who are going to talk about what they've been able to teach to the incubators that are in their group. And then one of the companies has gone through is going to talk about what they've done. And then we're going to have 10 other incubators. So we're going to have an incubator leader and one of the people that produce in their kitchens talk about what they see as their challenges, what they see as their opportunities, and why incubators are helping to fuel the growth of the specialty food business.
And also, I think that regardless of whether or not you have an existing company, thinking about starting a company, any of those things, learning from these people are great because they have a different lens as a startup. A lot of these new companies are from people that are in their 20s. They just got out of college. They might not have any food experience. They might have come out of finance and they've just gotten hooked by the food bug. And just being able to learn from all these people are great. So
well,
I think
learning from the people, but also learning from the incubators.
Yes.
So these incubator directors have probably had 100. Rutgers, I think, has had 200 go through their program. So they've learned all the challenges that everybody has and are really good mentors. And we hope a lot of people who are at the show today, whether you're a buyer or if you're an exhibitor and you can get away from your booth, we'd love to have you come up there. And I think you'll walk away learning a lot about how you can better operate your business.
Absolutely. And also that's a great point for buyers. I was talking to some buyers yesterday afternoon from supermarkets who loved the Incubator Village because they were seeing what's next. And even if the product wasn't ready yet for them to buy, to put on their shelves, it gave them some good ideas that they hadn't thought of before.
It gave them some good ideas and it gave encouragement to the companies.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
maybe in 6 months or in a year, those companies will be able to produce
Yeah.
in a capacity the supermarkets
So they
can
call it,
buy.
hey, remember Mr. Buyer? I met you at the Summer Fancy Food Show at Jacob Javits. I'm ready.
Right,
I'm
right,
ready.
right.
Can I make an
Yeah.
appointment to come in
Yeah,
and
have
show
you
you?
kept that space empty waiting for my
Exactly,
product to come in
exactly.
for 6 months?
Exactly. Well, that's great. Well, Ron, as always, thanks so much for
I
everything.
do
Oh,
want
yeah,
to make
sure.
one more City Harvest.
Of course, of course.
So, one of the great things about what City Harvest does is they are a food distribution system rather than a food bank. So, the food that they take out of here today is going to go directly to the people that need it. They'll be delivering to places tonight, they'll be delivering to places tomorrow. And one of the things which makes me feel good and should make all of our exhibitors feel good is for the 4th of July, which is coming up in 2 days, a lot of hungry New Yorkers are going to have wonderful cheeses and sausages and crackers and chips. They get their best food of the year for one of the good holidays of the year, and we just appreciate the way the exhibitors will be donating and how City Harvest gets things out to people immediately.
So if somebody hasn't already gotten the stickers for their boxes, what can they do to participate?
They get their stickers from their floor managers.
Okay, so from their floor managers.
And we also would like them to fill out a form, because if they fill out a form saying what they're donating, there is a tax advantage to donating. So you're able to take your wholesale cost plus half of what you would be selling it for and take that off your taxes. And the Specialty Food Foundation sends out donation letters to everybody that does fill out that form, so you can actually be saving money on your taxes
Sure.
and helping needy New Yorkers have a great 4th of July.
So it's a win-win. Great. Well, Ron, thanks
Okay.
so much.
Thank you, Phil.
As always,
Appreciate it.
keep up the great work. Have a happy 4th of July.
Okay, thanks. You too.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go on the show floor. We're going to walk around a bit. We're going to interview some people. So stay tuned on Facebook Live, because we're going to broadcast those on Facebook Live, and then we'll be back with a lot more coming up.